God is dead, so proclaimed legendary German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. This was a logical outgrowth of the Enlightenment, in which the scientific method and the process became the primary way in which we measure truth and morality. However, I want to argue that with that same scientific method that Nietzsche used in order to kill God, we have also used that same method in order to bring back God. Welcome, everybody, to Tuesday Treats Philosophies. This is where I go deeper in on my thoughts, values, meditations. People always told me I go too deep. Well, I go deeper, baby. Anyways, let's get into it. So, God is dead, famously proclaimed by German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. Although he is credited for this quote, this was the prevailing sentiment of that time period. Of course, during the Enlightenment, the scientific method really came into prominence and was the primary way in which we began to measure truth and reality and morality, right? So we would use the tools of science in order to validate what was the truth. Fast forward to the present day, and of course, we see the impact that the scientific methods have had with all the technology around us, smartphones, laundry machines, cars, all this crazy fun stuff. So it's surely been to a great benefit to us. One of those areas in which the scientific method has been really prominently used is in computational processing, right? So, in our computers, as we're processing information, data, before we had huge rooms in which a computer would take up the entire room, but now your smartphone is like as powerful, if not more so, than those ancient computers that took up a whole room, right? So, our science or our computational processing has been increasing at an exponential rate. One of the things that this has led to is the creation of artificial realities, right? So simulated realities. And this started out with coarse representations of the world with things like Pong, games like Pong, right? You're playing, hitting the ball back and forth. But meanwhile, we since then have created these amazing realities, these virtual realities that are fully immersive. You can put these goggles in, you're in this whole new world. I tried one the other about a month ago, and it's like you're literally on top of a mountain, and it looks like you're looking into the horizon, and you're scared to take a step off the cliff because it feels like you're gonna fall off. Although you know you're just in your apartment and you're just you're on the carpet, but you still have that sensation they're going to fall off. So that is to say, our ability to create artificial realities and artificial intelligence is increasing at an exponential rate. So, what this has led to is the simulation hypothesis, which essentially states that as we edge closer towards creating an artificial intelligence, then there's a high likelihood that we ourselves originated from some sort of artificial intelligence, or that there was a simulator that created a simulation that we ourselves find ourselves within, right? And this might be a silly idea at first to think about, oh, we're in some sort of simulation, but let's think about this a little bit, right? So when we humans, as we get closer and closer towards creating an artificial reality, right? An artificial intelligence, more specifically, then what that does is create a chain of intelligence creating other intelligence, right? One intelligence has created another intelligence. If we think about this over a large period of time, spanning into infinity, then you can imagine that if this event happened once, then likely it's a chain that's going to continue to happen where that one intelligence will create another intelligence, will create another. So there's an infinite chain of intelligences creating more intelligences. So as this infinite chain goes into the future, goes into infinity, then the question is, what are the odds that we were the first in that chain? The odds, as you might imagine, are quite low. So again, in that infinite chain of intelligences creating more and more intelligence, what are the odds that we were the first to initiate that chain? And the odds are quite low. So I go back to my initial hypothesis, to my initial premise, that I began this whole video with, and that was that with that same scientific methodology, that same scientific reasoning and logic that Friedrich Nietzsche used during time of the Enlightenment to kill God, I believe this is one example of how that same rationality, that same logical thinking and application of first principles has led us to bringing back a creator, bringing back God. Now, this does not speak towards any specific God or any specific deity. However, it does imply that our own experience, our own reality, our own existence originated from a simulator, something that set all of this in motion. That's really all my thoughts for this video. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like, give it a share it with your friends, start the discussion going. I really believe that these types of conversations are important to have. And if you do like these types of conversations, you do like this type of deep existential thought, please subscribe so you don't miss out. This is where you're going to get all your deep existential philosophical thought. Cheese philosophies. Catch you later. Peace out.